My name is Pastor Griswell Makondo of Solwezi, northwestern Zambia. I'm a pastor. I've been pastoring for more than 10 years with Bethel Missions Church International, and equally I am the chairperson for Pastors Fellowship Kiawama. Now, I just want to thank God for this APC. The conference has been so wonderful and great. Really, we have learned a lot. And this has just given us the power to understand that there's only one big and wonderful story in the Bible. And from Genesis to Revelation, it speaks about Christ, who is the King of Kings and who is yet to come. And we are awaiting for any time that he may emerge, and he shall be king for us. Pastors Conference has really empowered us in Solwezi, northwestern province, that we have understood. We are now understanding the real purpose of the whole creation, the real purpose of the whole prophetic ministry, the real purpose of the whole revelation that is yet to come. And brought together, it has given us really the insight that we are children of God by the way of believing Christ Jesus. And this conference has been a blessing to us, and how I pray that it spreads throughout the province, because other districts may want it, and this is just the way to go. Thank you very much, Pastor Joshua. Thank you very much, Pastor Louis, and others who were in this team. Blessed be the King.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Samuel Chpoya, the chairperson for Solwezi Gospel Ministers Fellowship, and we've just concluded our African Pastors Conference, the third one ever here in Solwezi. It has been an exciting moment again. I would like to categorically state that ever since APC started coming to Solwezi, we've greatly benefited as church leaders. I think 2024, if I remember, the theme was, the church, her nature, the mission, the ministry of the church. And one of the things that was a takeaway for me was the fact that it was a reminder, and a great one for that matter, the church belongs to Christ and it must be governed by his word. And for me, that was something that brought a revolution, I would say, and I think in that meeting, many pastors were saying, we need to get back to a place where we begin to teach the word of the Lord. The second one that we had last year was the doctrine of God. It was about, understanding God or knowing God biblically. And I think one of the things that I picked out from there is the fact that, you cannot rise above the knowledge that you have, of God, even as a minister. And so when you know the God who has called you, the God you serve, means that you'll be able to serve better. And APC really helped us to have that perfect understanding of who God is. It was a refresher kind of a refreshing kind of a moment that really challenged us and brought us to a place of realizing there is this God, and we looked at the attributes of God and all that, and just to get to a place of knowing him well, because you see, you can be serving God and you do not know him as a minister. But APC labored to, to a place where everybody was able to understand and appreciate that very fact. And now the one that we had this year, 2026, an exciting one, mind-opening and challenging at the same time. Christ revealed in all of scriptures. This one, is something that made me as an individual, and I think everyone, because I was interacting with my colleagues, how is it, and everybody was appreciating that many times we see something else in scriptures, but you see, the APC helped us to actually understand that the Bible is about one message. It's about one person and one message, and that is actually Christ. So we were, guided on how we can read, like Christ read, and it was an exciting moment. And then the other thing is that we have also been helped with the material by APC, the gifts that we receive every year. Those materials are something that we cannot easily, get anywhere for free. Like we get them from APC, and the books that are sold at prices that highly reduced, something that we commend APC for. And I think it's our prayer that doors may open even more for APC, so that many ministers may actually benefit from what APC is doing. It's our prayer that the Lord will continue blessing the efforts and the labor of APC. Otherwise, as Solwezi, we are so grateful, and we are no longer the same. I think by the attendance, you are able to tell that people are appreciating what they are getting from APC, each and every time we gather, every year. And so we are so grateful. In case you are watching this and you are saying, how can I get to know about APC? I think there is a link that you should be able to follow down there and get in touch with the leaders, and possibly you might be considered in your area to host APC. This is a conference that you cannot afford to miss. May the Lord richly bless you, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I am Apostle Obrian Mayambu here in Solwezi, a minister at Path of Life Ministry is in Solwezi, as well as the General Secretary for the Solwezi Pastors Fellowship. It has been a wonderful 2 days training where we have been looking at Christ revealed in all scriptures. Indeed, this has been amazing, because most of the time we have been preaching messages which are not centered so much on Christ. And just to see that Christ is revealed from the Old Testament, I think this has been so much lightening to us as the men and women of God here in Solwezi. The African Pastors Conference has been a blessing here in Solwezi to pastors, because we believe that they are receiving sound doctrine, and we believe that they are going to be preaching messages centered on Christ, because Christ, Him alone, is the one who saved us. And I'm glad that I was a part of this training, so we'll be able to preach messages centered on Jesus Christ.